Well, hello there, YouTube people. How's everyone doing? It's really a beautiful day here. In fact, I would dare to say it's a little bit too hot for my tastes, but I like it about 75, 80, but it's around 90 today. It was a nice warm day, and I had to work, so I went to work and took my lunch around 2 o'clock p.m. and decided to drive down to the Sandy River, which there's the confluence, what they call the Sandy River Delta, where it merges into the mighty Columbia, our big river out here. But the Sandy is a pretty clean river to swim in, and so I went out there. It's only one exit from my work. It takes about 2 minutes to get there. There's a little place called Lewis and Clark Park. So I sat down there and I ate my lunch. And then I went into the water and got the balls to jump in. Like, the older you get, the harder it is to just jump in cold water. But I don't know. I did it, and it was totally refreshing and wonderful. I came back to work and finished out my day, drove home, and I just got home about 15 minutes ago. And the point to telling you that is that today was just like any other day. For the average person, get up and go to work and come home and do the routine things that we do as human beings, which for some people can be very mundane and boring, and for others may be exciting depending on how you perceive the things you do. But even a boring day or even a normal day can be slightly adjusted to make it a better day, merely by taking the time to do something unique, something you don't usually do. For me today, that was going and jumping in the river. And I'll probably always remember that day when I'm talking about hot days at work. Now I have a memory to draw on where I'll be like, oh, I remember that one time that I jumped in the river. I'll probably do it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. But it was funny when I got back to work, my boss was like, he said Ellen, his girlfriend, he's like, yeah, she's been telling me I should take the boys down, to take us all down there, the work crew, and go jump in the river. I'm like, well, I agree with her. I think that would be a great thing to do at work. I'd even clock out for it. But the crew I work with, they're pretty easygoing and capable, intelligent dudes. So that really makes it a lot easier. But many of the jobs I've worked in the past, many of the circumstances I've been in the past, the people I've had to interact with, the groups. I mean, there are some people out there who they just don't get it. And I don't mean that in a demeaning way, because it's impossible for me to explain what I mean by that. There are, I'd say maybe 1 in 10 people I meet in my life, if that, who I feel get it to the degree where I'm not talking about something specific or some great secret that people hold or some awareness or spiritual, superiority or anything. You can just tell by talking to certain people if they're on the same level. And so I've spent much of my life thinking about existence. My existential dread has basically disappeared, if I had any in the past. Existential dread is, existence, existential. It's basically just things that concern us about life and living, and how sometimes we feel like we should be doing more or that we could have done better, and we put ourselves down. Maybe we're not where we want to be. I mean, look, I'm doing labor right now, as a carpenter, but I'm also using my skills, but, it's hard work. And so I ask myself, why are you doing physical labor when you could be doing mental work? Because I remember as I was younger, I was taught work smarter, not harder. But that really has a different meaning than people realize. It doesn't mean find a job where you don't have to do anything. What it really means is find a way to think through your problems, plan ahead. Like when I'm putting in windows at work, I'm doing trim around the inside. I spend 20 minutes to cut all the shims and everything to the size I need, get my stuff ready before I start. so I'm not running around wasting time later. And I think that's something that I try to transfer into my daily life. Like, it's hard to organize ourselves and to just be a normal, modern, happy human. To go to work, to come home, to take care of the kids, if that's your situation. There's a lot involved. But it's also easy to get very kind of lost in the day to day. And like, where the hell did the time go, right? I think that the best we can do is live our lives, accept the fact that we have to do certain things, accept the fact that we won't always be happy, or that we won't always be where we want to be. It's giving up on that idea that things are always going to be perfect, for the fact that they're perfect as they are. That you wouldn't be able to enjoy the great moments if you didn't have, the hard work. You wouldn't be able to enjoy that beer if you hadn't worked for it. That kind of thing. Like, at any rate, with that said, I'm going to go enjoy my beer. I just wanted to ramble for a minute. Thanks for listening, for what it's worth. My point is just to embrace what is, because it's what you've got. You can still have a little bit of a cynical attitude. You can still be sarcastic and have fun and laugh at the world. It's more of a Zen type thing, like everything's a joke. And when you take it that way, you'll find the things that you need to take seriously will make themselves clear to you. And the rest of it, fodder. Peace out.